So we have this word unknowing. It's one of the big buzzwords, right? One of the top 10, at least. So, I mean, it sounds very esoteric and it's a real $5 word, right? Unknowing. And it's, we say that the message that all this is about can't be known, but it's known in unknowing. It can be unknown, when it's seen in unknowing, we say. And there's no knowing it. That's why the word comes up in the first place. I mean, it's just a made-up word, right? It doesn't really mean anything. But the point is, what's always being pointed to, this message is just a pointing to something, the everything that's here, which is not a thing. It's not an experience. It's not anything divided. It's no separation. So no separation can't be known. Knowing is an activity that's all based on separation. It's an activity of separation. So knowing is disqualified from this. So we say, well, it's unknowing. It's, again, just a word. It seems pretty vague, right? It's hard to know what it means. But it's actually very simple, like all of this is. Unknowing, again, it's what unknowing really refers to the fact that it's not something a person is going to do, because a person is a knower. A person is an activity of knowing. And all of that is done by separation. It's an activity of separation. Knowing involves a knower. Knowing a thing. And this isn't that. There's nothing here to be known. There's nothing anywhere that can be known. It's just everything. And there is an unknowing of that. I would say that it's inherently unknown. Everyone unknows it. It's already unknown by everyone, but not by anyone, because there are no ones. That's the thing. All the ones are knowing, are busy knowing. They're busy in a dream. They're busy in a story of knowing. So, if this could ever be known, it would only be as a story, or as an idea, as some kind of concept for a knower. And there are no knowers here. There just isn't any knowing. That's the essential thing. So, but even so, I'm talking about it, but it still seems a little bit vague. It seems a little bit occult. I was thinking about Theo, occult Theo. Well, which is a funny name, right? Theo, the guy who talks about non-duality, he calls himself occult Theo, which is funny. But it's also pretty accurate, because that's the point. This is an occult topic, which just means it's unknown, it's hidden, it's obscured, because it's not available to knowing. But it's also not occult. There's an irony in that, because it's the least occult thing there is. It's everything just here. It's the most obvious. So there's a joke in Theo calling himself occult Theo. It's working both sides of that word. I mean, it is occult because it's what it's the hidden. It's what isn't talked about. It's what isn't known, and it's only known by unknowing, and it's kind of taboo. It's a taboo. It is the taboo. It is the topic that is not on the table. So it's occult. I mean, I don't know that he's thinking about all these things when he thought that up, but it's also funny because it's an occult topic, this non-duality, because it's so obvious. It's the least occult thing there could possibly be. It's the most mainstream, obvious, simple thing. Just what's here, without doing anything to get it. Okay, so it can't be gotten. That's the point. So it can't be known. And there you have your unknowing. But unknowing means it's not for the getter, for the knower, for the one. Again, the person is a knower. The person lives by knowing. It moves by collecting, having knowledge, experience, stuff, collecting it to myself. That's how I am what I am. I mean, the person is basically a construct or a construction made up of everything that I have, everything that I know. What I have is what I know, but that's what I'm made out of as me. It's just this kind of, it's like a ghost. It doesn't actually exist. It's completely theoretical, or it's completely made out of, well, like I just said, it's made out of knowledge. It's made out of all of my possessions, everything I've collected, everything I've scavenged from my experience and, put on around me. I'm made of all of this stuff. You could say I'm made of my story, is another way to say it. All of the details that I've collected and I'm holding as me, right? Whatever that is, that's what the person is. Now, of course, you can see that's why there is no person. What kind of person is made up of all these ideas, all this knowledge, all these forms of experience tied together to make up this body? Well, there's a body here, maybe, whatever there might actually be in terms of a physical body, but nobody knows what that is. That's the body that I say is me, is just what I know of the body. That's what I'm taking to be me. That whatever actually is doesn't enter into the picture. It's here, in a way, but I don't know it. So it's not me. The body that I know is me. What I know of my body, what I know of my history, my story, everything that I hold on to as my knowledge. That's what I'm saying. So that's all the knowing, and then there's the unknowing, which is just everything that's here just as it is, but it isn't known. No.